Peace, y'all. At the beginning, out here getting my steps in, man. It feel good in here. Was having a conversation with a brother today, and he was talking. We was complimenting the weather, but at the same time, the conversation went to, as soon as it get warm, jokers start acting weak, right? Referring to, the nice weather, with the gun violence, people doing the most, making the most action-packed movies, you know what I mean? Like it's summer hot, right? And, the conversation shifted to the music, right? We was talking about the music. And he said, yeah, man, it's the music, man. I don't care what nobody say, right? And I was like, it made me think, right? And I'm like, I agree with you, Jay-Z did an interview. I didn't even watch the whole thing. And in the interview, he must have said, I seen like a clip of it, right? The clip was about him mentioning the pillars of hip hop and like how he would take, I don't want to chop it up, but he was saying that he would take out, battle rap as a part of, the hip hop, right? And basically said, we can do more, we get further, with the collab. We could do the collab and get further, right? And, people was I seen a few, reactions, right? To his statement, right? And the statement which they was talking about, I might have seen the clip. It wasn't a long spill that I saw. But the music, when my man said the music today in the conversation, we was talking about the it being hot, and jokers acting weak outside with the the violence, the guns and things and whatnot, right? And he mentioned the music, and I said, whoa, I kind of go far out with it, right? Like on some hypnosis, like on some really hypnotic. Remember they were saying years ago, they was talking about like Illuminati with the music and this, that, and the third, right? I'm talking about on that, right? Like the rhythm with the tunes and the vibration, the whole spill, right? With the movement as a culture. Not music as in, any kind of music. I'm talking about this version of what they call so-called hip hop and, drill and, things, on that type time, right? And what is suggesting all the urban communities, wherever you see in America, wherever you see the most violent cities in America, right? What the culture is, what they're listening to, and how is it not directly linked to the movement? I mean, the music, right? I seem like I'm all over the place, but I'm not. If the music is, murder, death, kill, sex, drugs, money. Murder, death, kill, sex, drugs, and money, right? If that's the music, and that's the only music getting airplay, right? Not R&B, baby making, let's build a family relationship. Not that, not on some old KRS, what the original hip hop was, right? Not that. But the music is all murder, death, kill, money, drugs, sex, right? And if you put all that together and come up with not even sound wave, that's the broadcast, right? You have to you have to think about what frequency you're moving at, right? With the lyrics itself, right? The frequency is a low vibrational frequency that is hypnotizing you to do what the lyrics say. Murder, death, kill, sex, drugs, and money. I mean, I'm not saying what Jay did was calling, like a call to action, so to speak, right? But if you kind of got to give it up. Like, who's listening to it? What are you hearing, right? The clip that I heard, he actually said, he said, I hate to be the one to kind of say it, but maybe the battle rap needs, the battling in rap needs to go away. Maybe we need to be done with that. We can do better with collaborating, uniting, coming together, right? The battle rap is over with, because if you think about it, right? And I ain't trying to deep dive all the way into that like that, right? But even in the, like you got the battle rap culture, right? You got some MCs that really know how to MC. You got some guys that really can rap, right? And that skill set is like serious, right? As a fan, right? But most of it is like, do you hear the lyrics? What are they talking about? I can't even go far without even, you take a lyricist, right? That's got a message and he's kicking a message and he's rhyming, right? Now, you take somebody that's just saying the most violent, unhealthy, toxic, whatever you want to call it, stuff they can say. And because the color of their skin in the arena and the demographic in the city, that's called rap. It's the music. You know what I'm saying? Like, the brother said, man, I don't care what nobody say, it's the music. I couldn't dispute it, because I'd be damned if that's not or ain't been on, on the top of mind. Like, think about it. If that's all you're hearing, murder, death, kill. I mean, this is stuff they've been telling us since we was young, right? I used to listen to that. I don't listen to it no more. I love rap. Lox is my favorite group of all time. I came up with all that. Some people say, they still listen to it, get an edge when they work out and things like that. To each his own. I mean, but nah, literally, like, you gotta audit the things that you even listening to, what your diet is, you know what I'm saying? What you watch, what you consuming, you know what I mean? All the way around the board, it doesn't matter. It's what your ears is hearing. It's what you're looking at now. It's what you're eating, what you're drinking, what you're putting into your body, right? All of that, and it's all under one umbrella, you know what I'm saying? It's just, think about it, kind of think about that. Like your hypnosis, you listen to a tune, you listen to a music, think to yourself, right? What is a good barbecue or cookout song, right? It's probably going to be something you can dance to, some old school, something that our moms and them, Frankie Beverly, something like that, right? Then you got like a cleaning up music, right? You got music you listen to, cleaning up, right? And, get you in that mode, right? What would it be? A Jill Scott, Long Walk, right? Type thing, right? Then you got, something you'll put on for a date, right? You'll get in that mood, get in that vibe, right? In that groove, right? You're going to play some, some Jaheim, you know what I mean? Something like that, some Maxwell, right? For later on, finesse, right? What what kind of music do you put on? What kind of music do you put on to, let's say, do some yard work or something like that? It could be a mixture of, whatever, right? Now, if you about to go on some murder, death, kill, money, drugs, sex, money, drugs, right? What you gonna play? Hey man, it's a hypnotic, man. It's like a hypnosis, man. And I just say that to say I'm probably gonna do I'm gonna double back on this, man. When I get my thoughts in order, man. I just I wanted to pop on, I was outside, man. It crossed my mind, so now I won't forget it, man. But listen, man, enjoy this day, man. Get outside, man. Get active, man. We made it. This is fruition. And if you ain't doing it for yourself, do it for those that ain't get to make the cut today. Have a truly wonderful, great everything. Peace.